Welcome to Manuforer, the channel where we dive deep into the hidden world of manufacturing. Today, we're taking you behind the scenes of one of the most iconic candy bars ever created, the Snickers bar. It's the world's #1 best-selling candy bar, loved in more than 80 countries, with over 15 million bars made every single day. But what makes a Snickers so irresistible, and how does a factory transform simple ingredients like cocoa, peanuts, sugar, and milk into the perfectly layered bar we all know? Today, we'll peel back the wrapper and reveal the entire process, from ingredient preparation to assembly to the final enrobing in chocolate. And along the way, we'll explore fascinating numbers like the 21 acres of peanuts used daily, the 800-pound vats of caramel, and the mind-boggling 1,000 bars wrapped every single minute. Did you know? Snickers was first created in 1930, 95 years ago, by Frank Mars, named after the family's favorite horse. Initially marketed as Marathon in the UK and Ireland, its name was changed to Snickers in 1990. Mars expands internationally. Forrest Mars takes Snickers abroad. Snickers rises to become the world's best-selling candy bar. Snickers continues to thrive, sponsorships and global recognition. This is the journey of how a Snickers is born. Phase 1: Ingredient Preparation. Milk chocolate. Our story begins with the soul of Snickers, the chocolate. First, cocoa beans arrive at the factory, shipped from farms across Africa, Asia, and South America. Each bean is inspected, deshelled, and the nibs, the rich, flavorful core, are separated. The nibs are roasted carefully to unlock their deep aroma. This isn't just heating, it's chemistry. Roasting develops hundreds of flavor compounds that give chocolate its bold, slightly bitter, and satisfying profile. Once roasted, the nibs are ground with sugar and milk powder, creating a thick, gritty paste. This paste is then refined into a silky, fine powder, but we're not done yet. The powder goes into a massive machine called a conch, where it's mixed with extra cocoa butter and a small amount of lecithin. This process smooths out texture, enhances shine, and makes chocolate flow perfectly for enrobing. Finally, the chocolate undergoes tempering, a precise dance of heating and cooling that stabilizes its crystal structure. The result: chocolate that's glossy, crisp when it snaps, and melts in your mouth, not in your hand. Roasted peanuts. Next comes the crunch. Every day, enormous 2,000-pound bags of raw runner peanuts are hoisted into the production line. These peanuts then travel down conveyors into a 150-foot-long convection oven. Here, they roast for 30 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 177 degrees Celsius, unlocking that warm, nutty aroma we instantly recognize. When they emerge, the peanuts tumble inside a giant spinning drum where they're misted with a salt solution. This ensures every nut carries the perfect balance of flavor. At the Waco, Texas Snickers facility alone, 65% of all U.S. Snickers bars are produced. To fuel that operation, the plant consumes peanuts harvested from an estimated 21 acres of farmland every single day. Caramel. Now comes the gooey heart of Snickers, caramel. The recipe calls for corn syrup, butter, condensed milk, sugar, and salt, all combined in an 800-pound stainless steel vat. This mixture is heated in a vacuum kettle at 250 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes, where sugar molecules caramelize, turning golden brown and sticky. Just before it's done, vanilla extract and emulsifiers like lecithin are added. These ensure the caramel stays smooth, stretchy, and doesn't crystallize too quickly. Finally, the caramel is cooled slightly, achieving the perfect viscosity to flow, but not drip. Peanut butter nougat. And then there's the chewy foundation, nougat. It begins with a hot syrup of sugar, corn syrup, water, and salt, heated to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. This bubbling liquid is whipped into beaten egg whites, creating a fluffy, airy foam. The mixture is cooked further, reaching 270 degrees Fahrenheit, which gives nougat its chewiness. Then, in a massive screw mixer, it's blended with rich peanut butter, resulting in a soft but sturdy base that can support caramel and peanuts. To keep one production line moving for just one shift, the factory uses nearly 800 pounds of caramel and thousands of pounds of peanuts, phased to assembly and forming. With all ingredients prepared, it's time to assemble the masterpiece. Layer creation: the nougat is first cooled and deposited onto a conveyor, where chilled steel rollers set to 24 degrees Fahrenheit minus 4 degrees Celsius flatten it into a uniform slab. Meanwhile, roasted peanuts are folded into warm caramel by a screw auger. This mixture flows onto another chilled roller, forming a sticky, nut-filled sheet. The caramel peanut layer is lifted and carefully laid on top of the nougat slab. Then a pressing roller fuses the two together into one thick, perfectly layered block. Cooling and sizing: this block enters a refrigerated tunnel, cooled to 65 degrees Fahrenheit 18 degrees Celsius. Next comes precision cutting. A slitter machine with 19 rotating blades divides the block into 38 long strips. Then guillotine blades chop each strip into exactly 4.5-inch bars. Those 19 blades are so sharp and accurate, they can slice thousands of bars per hour, each identical to the last. Phase 3, enrobing and packaging. Now comes the most iconic step: enrobing the bars in chocolate. First, each bar glides over a bottom enrober, coating its base. Then it passes under a curtain of liquid chocolate, completely covering the top and sides. Next, the bars travel across vibrating grates, shaking off excess chocolate and removing air bubbles. This guarantees an even coating. And finally, the decorative roller gently brushes across the tops, imprinting the signature swirl pattern you see on every Snickers. From here, the bars enter a cooling tunnel, where the chocolate solidifies into a glossy, durable shell, but speed takes over in the final stage. A high-speed wrapping machine heat seals each bar in its iconic wrapper at a staggering 1,000 bars per minute. Packaged bars are boxed, palletized, and shipped to stores across the globe. That is how Snickers earned its crown as the best-selling candy bar on Earth. A perfect balance of nougat, caramel, peanuts, and chocolate, executed with industrial precision. Global impact and legacy: beyond the factory floor, Snickers is more than just a candy bar. It's part of pop culture, featured in movies, sports ads, and even space missions. The Mars Company produces Snickers in multiple continents, tailoring flavors slightly for local tastes. Yet no matter where you bite into one, the experience is instantly familiar. And there you have it, the full story of how a Snickers bar is made, from farm fields and factory floors to the sweet moment you unwrap it. But now, I'd love to hear from you. What is your favorite part of the Snickers making process? The gooey caramel, the crunchy peanuts, or the smooth chocolate coating? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into the world of manufacturing.